Yeah, I was shocked by the government agency involvement in the actual pharma companies and even the profiting of those individuals from. It just seemed to be a clear conflict of interest. I didn't understand all of these conflicts in the medical field and the regulatory field of that, but I've been well educated when it comes to that. And then we had Robert Malone in here talking about this fifth generation psychological warfare that in itself was almost the virus, where they were testing these psychological tools they would use to get people to use the vaccine. That technology is almost more dangerous than the vaccine itself. You know, like you said, the anti-vaccine shaming, the messaging, everything they would use to amplify the fear, accelerate the groupthink, and push this thing across. Incredible to look at it that way. And then when I saw the money being spent by the government for media to promote this, again, in black and white, these were levels I wasn't even aware of. And I was right there at the tip, you know, when this was unfolding in 2020. So again, hard to believe. I want to go a little deeper on this data that you found, you know, in this group life policy, because like you said, it represents this young workforce, this kind of executive workforce that is typically very healthy. And all of a sudden you saw this massive spike, whereas a 10% was a 3 deviation, 1 in 200 years, a 40% is probably like once, you know, once in the entire history of humanity type event. And, you know, talk to me about how you saw that, and then the anecdotal evidence, and then what people really need to know, because like you said, we're seeing this happen all over the world. You know, high level sports people dying on the field, unexplained deaths of healthy people. You know, a lot of people know one of these stories, and yet they're being told that, oh, that's just an anecdote and it's just not part of it. And excess deaths are not any higher. Maybe you could speak a little bit on that, Ed.
Yeah, sure. So before the Society of Actuary data came out, myself and Josh Sterling, who is he was anonymous, but he's come public since, and he's working with the insurance industry right now. But Josh Sterling was a former Wall Street executive on the sell side, worked for Sanford Bernstein. He was number one II ranked at one point for 1 or 2 years. So this guy knows insurance. In March of 2022, we started analyzing CDC data, and we found something very curious in the CDC data, because the CDC data was not presented in a very workable way, but he was able to download the data, and they did provide ages. So we were able to create age cohorts. And what we found early on was there was a mix shift in the mix of deaths. Again, Wall Street, this is what we do. We look at mix shifts, right? And there was a mix shift from old primarily in 2020 to younger in 2021. So the question is, did the virus suddenly mutate and only affect the young now, and especially working? What we came to find later was mostly working people, not just young. And we've found in the CDC data there was an event in the millennial cohort, ages 25 through 44, where their excess death, in 2020 it went up, then it came back down in 2021 a little bit. It was running still high at 30%. Then in the third quarter of 2021, it shot up to 84% excess mortality. And as a Wall Street guy, you know, and I know that's the rate of change. That's a slope. There was an event, and obviously the event was mandates. Look, if you're a millennial, we were told in 2020 this affected mostly old people with comorbidities. So if you're a working age person and they're telling you to get the vax, you're like, I'm healthy, I don't need it. So you're late. You tend to be lazy. Well, we suspect what happened with the millennials is they then had a choice: keep their job, get the vax, or quit. And that's what caused that spike in that age group. And it was a very fast rise. And the naysayers at the time told me, Ed, it's suicides. It's drug overdoses. It's missed cancer screening appointments. Let's go through each one. Because of the event, the slope, the rate of change, the going from 30 to 84% in 1 quarter, I can't buy the fact that and then later, by the way, so the Society of Actuaries later confirmed our numbers. So we had our numbers, and a separate group showed the same event in their cohort, 84% rise in excess mortality into the third quarter. You can't tell me that this group life policy holder folks had a suicide pact. It doesn't make any sense. You can't say they all overdosed on drugs in the third quarter in the group life policy holders, because primarily to get a benefit, you need to be employed at the time. You can't be fired. And I don't know about you, but I don't know too many fentanyl and heroin users who stay employed. And it would be very curious that, a bunch of Fortune 500 and mid-sized executives decided to overdose. And then the third and most ridiculous one is the missed cancer screening appointments. I'm 56. I've never had one. And I don't suspect ages 25 through 44 are having those appointments. So all of that can be debunked. And for all three to occur simultaneously in one quarter, the odds are astronomical.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim, watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening,
We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.